Well, going back under the knife, figured I'd make a quick little update video. It'll be a couple weeks before I get something going on it again. Anyway, so I got it running and everything, and started checking fluids on it, and the hydraulic fluid just kept getting lower and lower, and I put plenty of oil in it, so I knew, it was going somewhere. So I started checking transmission oil. I know when I brought it back here, it was 5 gallons low. Well, I checked it, it's about 5 to 10 gallons over full, so it's leaking hydraulic into the powertrain oil, which means the only place it can happen is at the cooler or the hydraulic pump, because it splines into the back of the torque converter. So, let me shut this. I'm draining the hydraulic oil, what's left in the tank anyway. It's just a little valve. I had to put a new one of those on there. Somebody did some I don't even want to talk about it. It was bad. Anyway, so your hydraulic pump, 977 11K 13X, whatever, it's right there. This is your hydraulic pump. It is a vane pump. They come in 35 or 50 gallons per minute flow. I believe this is the 50 gallon per minute pump. I've got the bottom. All you got to do is just 2 hoses, 2 mountain bolts. Of course, you want to drain your hydraulic tank first. Your 2 mountain bolts, you got one right there and one on the bottom side. It's not that bad to get to. And then this is your discharge line that goes to the control valves back in the hydraulic tank. And then this is your suction line. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, simple as you can get. The only thing is the pump is rather heavy. I know it doesn't look that big, but it probably weighs 75 to 100 pounds. So I got to go locate a come along just so I don't hurt myself trying to get this thing off of here. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. But I know it's not the cooler, because I actually started the tractor up once I put the cooler in it. I started the tractor up, and I had the hydraulic side off of it, and I started it up and ran it for a little bit, and I know it is not the cooler. One, because it's brand new. Of course, that don't really mean nothing, but there was no oil coming out of the other side, so I'm going to assume that they made the cooler correctly, and it's just the hydraulic pump. Because when I first bought it, he said several years back that it was overflowing out of the hydraulic tank, and he says is powertrain oil. So either A, the cooler was bad then, or B, he said the guy come out and pulled the hydraulic pump off of it and redid it, I guess. But it's got 2 lip seals in there. One, so it's got one that faces one way that keeps the oil for the hydraulic system inside the pump, and then it's got one that keeps the powertrain oil from the torque converter inside of there. So it sounds like to me they just changed the front side lip seal, and they left the old, I guess, the old lip seal in the hydraulic pump. That's what it sounds like to me. I hope to have this pump out and hopefully know something maybe tomorrow. Hopefully the vane pump is still okay. If not, you can get a cartridge for it still. We had 3 of them in stock at my cat dealer, so it's not too big of a deal. It's kind of frustrating. You get all this stuff back together, but I pretty much knew I was going to run into something, because it's been sitting for so long, and it's just been worked on by people who really had no business working on this thing. They just didn't have any clue. Like, you see this track over here is on correctly. Probably gonna have to do a track adjuster. I know I said that in a previous video, but this side, see, let me tell you, this is what the old man told me when I first started it. I work at a cat dealer. When you put tracks on, It's like a hood of a car. You come across, this is your roof. It's just like that. It is. Just like your hood. Well, I put this one on backwards. Not a real big deal, but it just goes to show that they really had somebody working on this thing at some point that really was incompetent and probably just didn't know any better. But this track adjuster over here is either froze up or it's in working like it should. But either way, it's kind of a long-winded video. But anyways, I'm draining the hydraulic tank. I'm going to pull the hydraulic pump off of it today, get the pump out, disassemble, inspect. Hopefully it's just a seal. Probably put a new shaft bearing, and, you know, both the lip seals. I'm almost thinking to go through the scavenge pump coming off of the torque converter at this point, because I've got to drain the powertrain oil anyway because it's full of 10 weight and it's supposed to take 30. So that's really, you know, that's par for the course. It needed to be changed anyway. I priced these hoses. Seal kits are about $100 a piece. No big deal. The hoses are $120 a piece. Like I say, that one is in terrible shape. It's getting ready to, I guarantee you within the first 2 hours it blows out. No questions asked there. So, and this, one of these has been replaced. The one on the right there. I might actually leave that one, but I'll probably end up replacing that looks like the original hose right there. So, but yep. Oh, that's nice. I just had hydraulic oil drip from the cylinder on my phone. But anyways, everything's looking pretty good on it. It's just a little bit more, and I'd like to get started on the D7, but I got to get this thing running first. I can't go back and forth. I'll never get anything done. But anyways, I'm going to be getting a GoPro here soon, and hopefully give you some, strap it to my chest or set up the tripod or something and video actually what I'm doing. It's kind of hard to hold my phone and do a video at the same time. So for the time being, this is just going to have to do right here. So, but anyways, another day, another dollar, I guess you could say. Anyways.